I am ready, Varsava. Let's do business for God. It has occurred to me that Canada, it cannot go on as is. That it's not working and things cannot go on as they are. It occurs to me that there has to be a change or changes that are very significant, perhaps along the lines of what happened at the Red Sea. To the Christians, especially Christians that have faith, I would tell you, get together with other Christians, gather in meetings, and pray whatever you have to pray, and don't be shy. Don't pray nice. Don't pray polite. Like one guy said, do whatever you got to do. Do what you got to do in prayer. Be prepared for God to show you in prayer things that you've never seen before, and take you places in prayer that you've never been before. Let me give you an example. I hope this is a match. Back in the 80s, we gathered at somebody's house in an afternoon to pray. And we didn't really have a particular subject. We just gathered together in obedience to God for an afternoon to be with God and get direction from Him. Where would you have us go, Lord? And I was in prayer, maybe 5 of us in there. I was in prayer, and I was deep into the arena of faith. So I was really into prayer. I was, as I said, I withdrew onto the inside of myself in prayer. And I was in the arena of faith. I had no distractions at all. I'm telling you, I was into it. And this has been going on for a while. And at one point, I could tell I was really into the Spirit. And I could obviously feel that I had been in the Spirit now, whether it had been for an hour, I don't know. But I could tell that I was far enough into the Spirit that I was in the Spirit. And I'm looking for instructions. And all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, I saw the Atlantic Ocean. And there was clouds, dark clouds, quite dark. They felt in the Spirit, they felt kind of dangerous. There was an essence of danger about these dark clouds. And I saw British warships on the Atlantic Ocean, and they were heading from England toward the west. And I could tell they were going southwest. And they were going along. And then I saw that they came to the coast of a country. And when they did, I could see a person from that country. I could see that guy's silhouette. And he had on this hat that was very peculiar to that country. That the people from that country, they would wear that kind of a hat. And the hat, I'm not going to try and describe it. I knew that it was peculiar to that country. So I thought, oh, that kind of suggests that this sort of feels like that coastline. It feels like it's got a South America vibe to it. And then I could still see the dark clouds. And then I saw from that land, somewhere in that country, there was more than one, and that was South America. And there was more than one country in South America, and I didn't distinguish them yet. And then I saw a sword came up out of the land, and that sword flew across the ocean and flew right into the British Parliament. And that sword went right down into the throne, I suppose, in Parliament, whoever the Speaker of the House or whatever they call it over there. That sword went right into that place, right into that seat. And there was a very, very dark feeling about this whole thing that I saw. As I was seeing it unfold in front of me, it had a dark, sinister, but very dark atmosphere to it. Very unpleasant, very dark, and very heavy. As a matter of fact, it got so heavy that as I was seeing all these different pieces of this that were coming together in my mind's eye, it got to the point where it was so heavy, I backed off a bit, and I thought, do I want to go in any deeper into this thing? Because this sure feels heavy. And so I stopped. You might say I pushed pause. I actually literally pushed pause on seeing this. And it was so unpleasant, I thought to myself, no, I'm going to disengage. And I said to the others that were there, I'm seeing something, and I said, it is so heavy, I'm going to disengage. I'm going to back off. I'm withdrawing from this thing now. I'm not going to look into this anymore and see any more into this now. I'm done. And the people that were around me, they were very experienced. They said, yeah, okay, that's all right. We'll honor that. I said, we'll just continue with other things. And that was it. So I didn't really make a lot out of it that day, and afterwards as well. I didn't really dwell on this thing. It was not some big thing, so to speak, in my thinking or anything like that. Well, about 2 months later, I'm on my way to work, and I had the thought, stop at the coffee shop and get a coffee, which normally I did not do. And when I was in there, I had the thought, buy a newspaper. And I was not going to buy a newspaper that day. I'm getting the impression, get a newspaper. Okay, I'll get a newspaper. So I left, went out and got in the truck. And I don't know if this happened when I got in the truck or when I got to work. I probably waited till I got to work. So anyway, I looked at the newspaper, went in the lunchroom, and I looked at the newspaper. And here it is on the front page of the newspaper. The headline is that the British Navy has attacked the Falkland Islands over a land dispute. So when I saw that, of course, I recalled And I thought of, a sword came. Now I see it's Argentina, Falkland Islands. Land dispute over the Falkland Islands. Now it all came together for me. Okay. Can you pause me?
Yep.
So when you get involved in prayer, don't be afraid of where it goes, but be bold and rely on the Holy Spirit to coach with you through this thing and bring it to where He would have it to go to. Come and see me again.